everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Now and Then Some podcast with Robin and Kaley. I'm your host, Robin.
And I'm your other host, Kaley.
And I did not tell her I was going to do that.
No, that threw me off.
And here we talk about everything from now and then.
And then some.
That's right. So what are we talking about this week, Kales?
Well, how about a little weekend recap?
That's right.
I owe y'all a recap of my lovely wine weekend in Johnson City.
All right, let's do it.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Just such a good time. All the ladies, 3 moms, 6 daughters. We just had the best time. Friday night, we went and saw all the lights. Like I said, they decorate the whole town in the lights.
Was it anything different this year, or was it kind of like same old, same
The
old?
same. This is the 3rd, 4th, 5th year I've been.
Nice.
And it's the same in the best way. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, but it is kind of amazing. Every time I get there and I look up, I'm like, oh my God, they just go all out.
How fun.
Yeah. So that was really great Friday night. Then we went back to the house and played games. You know me, I brought 30 games in my bag because that's what they count on me for.
That's right.
And then Saturday is when we did all the wineries. So we only hit 4 wineries.
Only. Casual
Because
4 wineries.
Last year we hit a casual 7
Oh, yeah, not so casual.
in one day. So you can imagine how we were all feeling by the nighttime. So we did 4 this time, which was like the perfect amount because then we could keep drinking, we went, into town, had a couple drinks, and then came back and played games again.
Fun.
Yeah, so we had a really, really nice time.
Sounds like a blasty blast.
Yeah, and I feel like I need to tell the most hilarious story from last year's wine weekend.
Okay.
That it will stick with me forever and ever because it's just
Amen.
hilarious. Amen. Yeah. Okay, so last year, like I said, we hit 7 wineries, right? Well, at our 6th stop,
Wow.
the castle, we went into, we get pizza. That's like our lunch stop. And we were all feeling very, very good at that point. And the 2 sisters, Kelby and Bailey, got into a little tiffy-tiff. You know how sisters do,
As
especially
one,
when
yeah.
there's alcohol involved.
Can relate.
So they go into the bathroom because they're in a little tiffy-tiff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a while, and I'm like, the moms and my sister are like, can you go, like, try to mediate?
Big sister.
Yeah, and I'm the oldest, of course, and I am a good mediator. I feel I do a really good job of trying to understand both sides. So I was like, yeah, I'll go take care of it. So I go in the bathroom, and they're, like, crying. Like, I was like, oh, this is worse than I thought.
Oh,
so
dear.
we go in there, and they're going back and forth, and Kelby is pregnant at the time, so she's, like, not having it. She's not crying. She's just mad. Bailey's crying because she's feeling good and emotional. And so they're going back and forth, and they're talking about one lives like in the Houston area and one lives up in here in Austin. And so Bailey's like, I don't always want to go down there. Like me and Harrison, who's her husband, like I have to think about my husband too. Like he doesn't always want to go down. He doesn't always want to go down there to see y'all.
Right.
Well, as she's saying this, and she's crying while she's saying it, this girl comes out of the stall. And she goes, oh, honey, don't feel bad. My boyfriend doesn't like to go down there either. And Robin.
Talk about breaking the tension.
They were so like engulfed in their argument that they both just had like these shocked faces like, Kaley, can you handle this?
Oh,
Because
my gosh.
they didn't even know what to say to this girl because she's trying to be nice.
Right.
She's trying to be the girl in the bathroom that's friendly.
Yeah.
And I just look at her and I go, oh, they were actually talking about driving down to Houston, but I totally get you, girl. Like, I totally get you. And she's like, oh my God, I'm mortified.
Oh,
And she just like rubs her hands together under the water and like runs out of the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
But honestly, that story will stick with me forever because she tried so hard. Oh, honey, don't feel bad. My boyfriend doesn't like to do that either.
So funny. You should have been like, yeah, we all feel that. I don't know what would have made it better.
I mean,
She probably doesn't even remember it, luckily.
oh, but if that was me, that would be burned into my brain on that side
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Of
yeah.
like how mortifying. I tried to make her feel
Poor
better,
thing.
but I was like, I was in shock too. I was like, I don't even know how to break the
Yeah.
ice here. Like, I don't know how to make you feel better. I've got people arguing over here. Oh my God,
gosh.
Robin.
Bless her heart.
It was so funny. We talked about it again this year when we went to the castle.
Yeah.
Went to the bathroom and I was like, oh, the memories.
Did it like break up the
It
tension?
did.
And
It did.
yeah.
I mean, they may have gone a little longer. I may have had some tears later in the night. Again, 7 wineries in one day.
that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And I will tell you that this year too, they pour you up on the tastings. So they don't just pour you a little tasting. It's like half a glass.
Right.
Well, then when you have 4 or 5 tasting, glasses in a tasting, you're 2+ glasses in. And then you're like, oh, well, now I'll get a glass of the one I like.
Yeah.
So then every winery, you might have 2 glasses.
Yeah.
My 3 glasses.
Yeah.
So.
It's good times.
Good. It was a great time. We had a great time.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was my weekend recap.
Fun.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a weekend recap.
Okay.
I'll get into some weekend stuff when we talk about fantasy later. But
Okay.
I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about holiday traditions and people writing their holiday traditions. And so I thought maybe we could talk about that.
Okay.
But there was a couple of funny ones that I wanted to tell you.
Okay.
Do y'all eat cinnamon rolls on Christmas? Is that like a traditional thing?
No.
Okay. A lot of people had written in that they eat the orange cinnamon rolls.
Which I've still never had.
Yes, they're
Did
so
we talk
good.
about that on like episode 2?
Yeah, I've told you about them before, but yeah, they are my favorite. And I guess a lot of people eat those on Christmas. And a lot of people have fondue on Christmas. Fondue.
Okay. Also, Robin, random. Number 2, I've never had fondue at my house.
Like in your life?
Not at my house. Like I've eaten it at fancy fondue restaurants.
Right.
But I don't think we've ever like made fondue.
Yeah, you have to have a fondue pot.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't say that I've done that or that it's a tradition for us.
I guess a lot of people had written in. She was like reading the submission. She's like, wow, a lot of people, they're fondue. But yeah, I wanted to ask you, like, do you have any weird holiday traditions? Because I feel like mine's pretty typical. Like, you do some stuff, then you eat breakfast, and you do the other stuff, and then you do stockings, or maybe you do stockings first. What's your vibe?
I don't think we have anything like super weird. I will say that I talked about this last week. Sis plays Santa, right? So she passed out all the presents and the stockings, and we always do presents first.
We do too.
And then stockings, because here's the one weird thing I think we do is, and for as long as I can remember at the McKee household, lots of scratch offs in the stockings.
Oh, nice.
Like lots.
Oh, fun.
It's like, so it's the last thing we do. We presents, we do all the stocking stuff, and then we all go down and we start on our little scratch offs.
What if one of y'all wins big? Are you expected to split it?
No.
Oh.
Now, I will say this. None of us have ever won like big. I think the most is like a couple $100. Yeah. Which is still solid.
Yeah.
Which it's usually Sis, if it's anyone. She just has good juju, good luck. Love her. Little angel child she is. And usually I'll win like $20-$30 and I'll just give her my 20-30. I'm like, you're at 200 here. Take my extra 30.
Yeah.
But if someone wins it big, like I would be hoping that I might get a little something.
Little something. A nice steak dinner.
Yeah, but like we always look forward to, like I love the scratch offs.
Yeah.
And we've never not had them for as long as I can remember.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I usually do scratch offs when I can't think of a white elephant gift.
That is, I have gotten that in a white elephant and I like that
That's
too.
a good one.
So that's my weird one, I guess, is just we do scratch offs every single Christmas in the stocking.
That's a fun tradition. We always used to have mandarin oranges in the toes. I think just because it fills it out nicely.
Okay.
And that was a lot of people had submitted that one as well. Whenever I was 16, I got my first cell phone. It was like a brick cell phone. And I kind of hinted at one, but my parents were always pretty strict on that kind of stuff. So I didn't have high hopes that I was going to get one.
Yeah.
And we're getting almost down to the bottom of the stocking. And I just hear that do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. And it was in the toe of the stocking.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was a good one. And then there's one year, this reminded me a few years, not a few years ago, but because it was before kids, probably 10, 12 years ago, when I really wanted an iPad. It was like the second generation iPad.
It was like the brand new thing.
And I had asked my parents for one. And I think it was Nate's first Christmas with my family. And, we opened presents. And they used to go real big before kids for their two kids. Yeah. And we opened all of our presents. And Nate's like, Christmas is awesome. And I'm like, I know, right? And they're kind of cleaning up. And I'm like, oh, man, I didn't get the iPad. And he's like, that's okay. I'm like, yeah, it's totally fine. And then I hear my parents upstairs like, and my dad's just cracking up as he comes down the stairs. And he's like, totally forgot one. He legitimately had forgotten.
Oh, he had because he wasn't playing a joke.
No, he wasn't
you.
playing a joke.
Okay.
He had bought it first before all the other presents, and so it was shoved in the way back. And then he just forgot about it. And so he's like, I genuinely forgot. I wasn't kidding. This wasn't a joke. So we always joke about the time that my dad forgot that he bought an iPad.
That's funny. I have one that's kind of similar. It's not me, but it's my mom and dad. So my mom and dad have been together since the 7th and 8th grade. My dad was in 8th grade, my mom was in 7th grade. But so when they were in high school together, they were over at my nanny's house, my dad's mom's house. And my mom, all she wanted for Christmas was this like gold, I think she said like herringbone necklace. Like,
cute.
Like she was like, that's all I want.
I want one of those.
She tells my dad, that's all I want. And my mom Bless her. She was the baby of the 3 daughters, so she was spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad spoiled her as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she was expected to be spoiled, right?
Yes.
So she's like, this is all I want, Grady. Just give me the gold herringbone necklace.
Yeah.
Well, they're over at my nanny's house, and she opens all her gifts, and she doesn't have the gold herringbone necklace.
No.
Well, my lovely mother decides, well, I'm going to throw a fit.
Uh-huh.
So my mom, the spoiled, lovely baby that she is, throws a fit. I can't believe you, Grady. You didn't get me what I want. In front of his mom, in front of my nanny. And my mom and my nanny were like very, very close.
Yeah.
They had a great relationship. So my nanny's just watching her throw this fit because she knows.
She's like, get him.
She knows that my dad got it for her. My dad is just playing this joke like, I'm going to make her look like a fool.
Aww.
So my dad is sitting there taking it as my mom is just going in on him. My nanny's over here like covering her mouth. And then my dad just like pulls out this little box and my mom's like, are you kidding me?
So something my dad would do. I feel like that's just like the ultimate dad joke.
Oh, yeah. And even in high school when my dad was not a dad.
Yeah, exactly.
He totally made my mom throw a little fit,
funny.
but he got her what she wanted.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I had for our fun little segment. But if y'all have any fun holiday traditions or weird holiday traditions. Oh, wait, there's one more.
Oh, okay.
This was someone else's. Okay. I forget the backstory. I think the dad was a contractor, and as their kids got older and they started getting more intricate, presents that they had to put together for them or getting more extravagant with things, they needed a way to keep them in their bedrooms. And so they invented this game where they would quote unquote trap them in their rooms.
Okay.
And so they would put like kind of like an obstacle course outside of their rooms.
Love that.
So that if they did try to escape, quote unquote, the parents would hear.
Yeah.
So then it just became a fun thing of like, okay, we're not going to go out of our rooms till the morning. And then in the morning, we have to like basically escape room this shit.
To get to our gifts.
Yeah. And so as the kids got older, at first it was like boxes, here and there that they would have to like cut their way through or push out through. And then balloons everywhere. And like the string, look like laser lights. You have to like make your way through. But then as they got older and they were learning the skills that their dad had for his job, they had to like unscrew hinges off of doors. Like they would leave them with power tools where they needed them, and they had to make their way. And they had contingencies for if there was a fire. Like they had plans for all that. They had the little ladders outside the window.
That's so funny.
And they had submitted pictures with it, and she was like, okay, this is way more innocent than I thought it was. Because when she heard we were trapping our children in their rooms, she was like, do I need to call someone?
Right.
But I thought that was a wild tradition.
That's pretty wild.
That also gets very intricate. Oh, it was passed down from his parents. So now all the brothers and sisters do it for all their kids. So then when they all meet back at the parents' house, they share the stories from that morning.
That's probably made all these kids very handy, very like self-sufficient.
Yep.
Okay.
So trap your kids.
I don't know if I'm telling you to, but I could see the positives.
Yeah. So if y'all have any crazy or weird ones, let us know in the comments or in the reviews.
For sure.
All right.
To the and then.
To the and then.
All right, Robin. My and then is beanbags.
Like the chairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason for that is, one, there was 1 year for Christmas where I really, 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 really had to have a beanbag. Of
course.
I just had to have a beanbag.
Had to. You would die if you didn't get that beanbag.
Yeah, if I didn't get a beanbag. And then, of course, because I was getting one, sis needed one too. So we were expecting the beanbags. Well, also, me and my sister were awful about like, we wanted to wake our parents up at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. maybe. Like, let's go open gifts. And my parents like, the sun isn't even up. Like, we were just, we were bad
I've had to really get on my kids. That was another tradition, that the kids could open their stockings before the parents woke up. And they would always put something in their stockings that would like keep them occupied.
Like a puzzle of some sort.
Or coloring or a game or something, so that when the parents finally woke up, like they at least had been opening their stockings. So the parents didn't get to see that, but I thought it was a good idea. Anyway.
Yeah. So 1 year we came down in the middle of the night, as we did. Also, the Santa situation of it all.
Yeah. It's tough.
It's tough. Enjoy. I knew very early on. Sis, on the other hand, I had to pretend for a long time. Let's just say that. So my parents they would be like, Kaley, do not let your sister come down with you. Like, I know you want to come down, but like, don't let sis come down with you, because they would put all the Santa ones out, And so this one, the beanbag year was past that. So we came down probably 3 a.m. Me and sis, we never slept on Christmas Eve. So we came down, I probably was 11. 12. And sis comes down with me 2 years younger. And there are 2 bright green bean bags.
Nice.
And I remember literally we went to sleep on the bean bags.
Aww.
And slept downstairs under the tree on the bean
so
bags
cute.
till our parents would get out of bed.
That is so sweet.
We were like, okay, we got bean bags. Let's just sleep on. Let's just hang out on the bean bags. So we hung out on the bean bags, then fell asleep on the bean bags.
Love it.
Till our parents were ready to get up at the crack of dawn.
Oh, that's so lovely. Yeah. What a core memory.
It is a core memory. It's kind of burned into my brain. These little bright green bean bags.
That's a good one. That was like us with bikes, like coming around that corner and seeing those bikes.
Oh,
Woo!
yeah.
It's a big deal.
This was during my frog era. When I had the frog room with all the frogs.
Can't forget the frogs.
So I had the bright green bean bag in the green frog room. Yeah. So it all went together.
I think we had bean bags, but I also remember the inflatable chairs. That was more my generation.
I don't think I ever really had one of those.
Yeah. I just remember whether it was our house on a bean bag or someone else's, just could never get comfortable in those things. Unless you had a good one.
I feel like you could when you were a kid, but once you started getting a little older, it really isn't it really isn't the vibe.
So
like
noisy.
I don't want to sit in one now.
No, and getting out of one.
But have you seen those massive ones?
Yeah,
Robin,
like the love sack ones or whatever.
That like people get in their living rooms for like movie nights. I'm like, okay, wait, I could maybe.
My friend Katie has those. She has a huge love sack couch and then 2 huge love sack bean bags that are like inside the U shape of the couch. And most of the times we don't make our way back to our bedrooms whenever we stay in LaGrange. We just end up sleeping on those couches and the bean bags. Yeah. The kids can definitely sleep on them as a bed, full ass bed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Comfy. Okay, my and then is a movie that I thought about. I think it pops up into my memory every Christmas time, and then I quickly forget about it and forget to look it up. So I looked it up.
Okay. It
was one that my sister and I used to watch at our lake house. My Mimi had a lake house, and they only had maybe a dozen or so, maybe a little bit more VHSs. And didn't matter what time of year. Usually it was summer when we went to lake house. That was one of them. And so we'd always watch it, and I never saw it in any other context. And I couldn't remember what it was called, so I looked it up, and I remembered it was the little girl from Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
Thora Birch.
Yeah.
So I looked it up, and it also has Ethan Embry. Do you know who that is?
Remind me.
He's from like Empire Records, I think. He was from
That's not ringing.
Can't Hardly Wait. He was like kind of the main kid in Can't Hardly Wait with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I know the movie, but I haven't seen it.
You know him if I showed you him. They were brother and sister.
It sounds familiar.
It's called All I Want for Christmas, and she's so cute.
You watched it in the summer?
Yeah. I think at one point we took it home.
Okay.
Maybe it was whenever we were selling the lake house, but they're trying to get their parents back together. The mom has a new boyfriend. They're staying at the grandma's house. The dad owns a diner. It's snowing.
Cute.
It's a cute movie. I want to try to find it and look up and see if it's available and
All I
show
want
it to
for
my
Christmas?
kids. All I Want for Christmas.
Okay.
So it's not going to be in our fun segment later. Hint, hint. So I thought I'd mention it now.
Okay.
All right. And that's it. Shall we move on to the now?
To the now. All right. So the now. There's not a lot going on out there.
Not a lot. Everybody's kind of chilling for the holidays.
Which I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it. The only thing that I wanted to talk about briefly was Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
I love that movie.
Me too. It's a special place in my heart. I just remember watching it so much.
Yeah.
The 4 of them got together, like a little reunion.
I saw that. Why did they get together?
I think it was like a showing of Barbie, and they were
somebody was getting an award, maybe
America Ferrera was for Barbie, and they were doing like a showing of it, and they all got together for it to celebrate her. And I just thought it was this. They are just all cute. I thought it was the sweetest thing that they're still friends all these years.
Their posts were all very sweet.
All very sweet.
I loved like Lively's outfit, but I thought a little on the nose.
Very on the nose. Very on the nose. So let me ask you, Robin, since we both love that movie, who was your fave?
I mean, I got to go Rory Gilmore, Alexis Bledel.
Really?
Yeah, in Grease.
Okay.
Yeah, she was my favorite. What was his name? Marco or
Marcos?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh, that's
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
And he was so hot.
Yeah. Oh, he was dreamy.
I always loved her. I was obsessed with Gilmore Girls, watched it multiple times, and then people would always tell me that I looked like her, which I always loved to hear because I thought she was just amazing.
You do have some similarities for sure.
She has big blue eyes, though. Mine aren't big or blue, but I'll take it. So I just loved seeing her outside of being Rory Gilmore because there wasn't really anything. I mean, she did Sin City and a couple other small roles, but that was really like at the height of her post, maybe during Gilmore Girls fame. So I just loved it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Just because I had, long blonde hair and I played soccer. So it was just like,
I figured you were going to say that.
I'm Blake Lively. She's my favorite. She was a little rebel. My sister always loved, what's her name? Leah in the...
Leia?
Leah,
something like that.
One of those. That was my sister's favorite. Yeah. So we always would say I was Bridget and she was Leah or Leia, whatever her name was. Like but I just thought that was a cute little thing to bring up.
Did you have any pants that all your friends could fit into?
We didn't have the pants, but I don't know if I've talked about this yet, but we had a traveling notebook and we would rotate it. So like you would keep it for a few days and you'd write a note to the next person and so on and so forth. Sweet. So I have that at my parents' house. I always like to give it a good look when I go home for the holidays.
You're going to need to bring that home.
Okay. Don't let me forget to bring it because I mean, some of these notes, Robin, you would die.
I'll ask my mom to find my notes too. We could do a little segment.
This was in like intermediate school and high school. We did
You called it intermediate school?
That's what it was called in Lake Jackson.
Not middle school?
No. So middle school was 5th and 6th. Intermediate school was 7th, 8th.
Oh. Wow.
Was yours not like that?
No, ours was K through 5, 6 through 8, and 9 through 12.
Yeah, ours K through 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wild.
And then 9 through 12.
So we had...
It was called Lake Jackson Intermediate School.
What was 5 and 6?
In middle school. Rasco Middle School.
Huh. No, junior highs. We had at one point, whenever I was in kindergarten, the 9th graders in that area were going to the Westwood Annex, and it was McNeil High School. But I think at the time it was called Westwood Annex, or maybe they were combined. But whenever I was a kindergartner, there was a fire in my school. And
like a real one, not a fire drill?
No, I was a kindergartner. No, a real fire. Some 5th graders set fire in the art room. Oh, God. And I remember driving to school and the school was on fire. And so we had to go to what was called the Westwood Annex, which turned into where I ended up going to high school, McNeil High School. And all the kindergarten classes, there were only 4 classes, we all were in the wood shop or like the garage shop class area, and they just divided the room into 4. Yeah. And I just remember anytime we'd have to like venture into the halls of the Westwood Annex, everybody was always so nice. We were just these cute little kindergartners.
Kids. Yeah.
Meanwhile, my sister was in 3rd grade. She was like, they were such mean bullies. I was like, I loved it. It was only for a few months before they got the school back open. Cool. But yeah, random segue.
Yeah. I think that's all I had for the now.
Okay.
So what's next?
Well, we haven't told the people who are listening, but we are wearing holiday pajamas.
We are decked out in
some fuzzy socks.
Matching holiday pajamas.
Wait, there's a screenshot for YouTube. Put your foot back up. There we go. So we thought we'd do a fun segment.
Is it fun segment time?
Isn't it?
I don't know. Do we do it before or after fantasy?
Oh, normally we do it after.
That's what I thought.
Okay, let's do fantasy real quick.
Okay, to fantasy.
Okay, so I was on a bye. I was rooting for, the person whose house I was at. No offense to Katie.
You weren't rooting for my team, Robin?
I didn't know who you were going to end up playing, and we can't talk about it on Sundays. So, unfortunately, there was a little snafu with the lineups. So, RIP Nicole for this season. It was devastating, I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, looking forward to next week, though. First round of the playoffs, and I don't know. It's going to be a crapshoot, a toss-up. I have no real big decisions to make. It's just my lineup is my lineup, and they either perform better than the other team or they don't. They performed really well last week on my bye.
Oh, no.
Which doesn't help anything.
Opposite, yeah.
So that's all I got to say about that. I have more to talk about, but we'll go over to you first.
Well, Robin, it was a good run.
Damn.
I lost.
No, R.I.P. Kaley for this season.
It's sad. I'm
sad for you.
I'm bummed. Yeah. But I knew going in. So last week I talked about how I had 6 guys with Qs, questionables.
Yeah.
None of them played.
None.
So I was on full backup mode for...
That's a lot.
Yes, Robin.
Which you always know is a risk later in the season, but for it to all
I
hit
didn't know
at
it was
going to
be 6 at a time for my first round of the playoffs. Let me pull up my notes here.
So rough.
It was just, I die. I will say I also messed up, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Yeah.
On the lineup snafu.
Right.
So I checked that Thursday morning and I had everyone set except for Jacobs for Las Vegas. He was questionable.
Okay.
And then I didn't check it again.
Sometimes it just completely slips your mind.
It was mid-morning. I checked it and he was so questionable. I was like, oh, and I think even it said in the notes like he's expected to play. So I was like, okay, I'm good.
Because normally 99% of the time they end up playing when it says that.
Yeah. And then I had a little happy hour. And so by the time I got home from the happy hour and went to go check out what was happening in Thursday night's game, my dude was out. Damn. Even though that morning it said he was most likely going to play.
Yeah.
So I had left him in. Again, it didn't even matter because I was on backup everywhere else.
Yeah.
And what do you know? The lovely Patty Pie Mahomes, again, not the greatest of.
Yeah.
2 interceptions. I mean, what are you going to do? Kelsey got hurt in the
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was the second or third quarter. So that didn't help me out because, hello, that's who he throws to most of the time.
Yeah.
His receivers dropped multiple passes. Again, it's like the same story I've been saying all season.
Right.
So I lost.
I'm sorry.
And you know what? It's okay.
It's all right. Your team is my team. My team is your team.
I'm now all in on Robin's team.
Okay. I'll get you my login. You can log into my
Yeah. Let me look over your lineup because, we got to make sure that you're all set
Yeah,
here.
we will. Do y'all do keepers in your league?
What?
Are you in a keeper league? Like you get to keep somebody for next year?
No.
Okay. We aren't either. The guys are, and I feel like that's very stressful.
What you get to keep
you
a
get
player?
to keep a player. Mm-hmm. And then I think maybe it accumulates to where you can keep two somehow. Or you can trade your keeper for your back. I don't know. There's some intricacies there, but yeah, it's a little too complicado. I would rather just we always do a fun game for how we're going to determine the draft order.
Yeah, y'all do.
Some interesting competitions that we have on our team for who gets first pick. Well, first pick always goes to the winner of the consolation bracket. So that way people who are not in the playoffs at least care about their lineups so that if they're in the consolation bracket.
That's good.
Which I think since we're in a 10-man league, yeah, I don't know how that math shakes out, but it makes you care about the rest of the season even if you can't win it all.
Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, during football, the reason I did not know about Travis Kelce, I'm assuming they played on Sunday, was because I had rented the Eras Tour on Friday night. And so I think Friday night. Yeah. And it's a 72-hour rental. So we had it, 48-hour rental. I can do math.
So you literally
rented it on Friday, only had it through Sunday. So Sawyer and I watched it, and Harrison watched some of it too, on Friday night. And then we cleaned the house all day Saturday. Didn't watch it again.
Look at you, Miss Productive.
Oh, I know. It was crazy. I was like, don't stop. Don't stop.
I'm in the zone.
Don't stop or you will not get up. So whenever I got to Nicole's and she's cooking and, they have this bar that's connected to their house that they call Squats and Shots because it also has their gym.
Cute.
So they have a built-in bar and then a really nice gym. So we went out, the guys went out to Squats and Shots and normally we would go out there with them. But Nick was in the kitchen and then some other friends that came over that don't normally come over. And so we're all in the living room and kitchen area. And I'm like, I still have a rental of the Eras Tour. And so we put that on their big TV in the living room.
Oh, that's so fun.
So eventually throughout the day, that couch was full of all the kids, all the girls. I would even watch the guys. They'd be walking by to go to the restroom or go to the kitchen. They would just pause and kind of stand there for a while with their beers, just staring. It was lovely to be able to watch it with other Swifties, some people who like Taylor Swift but aren't as tuned in.
Obsessed, yeah.
No haters, luckily, so I didn't have to deal with that, making it the whole personality. So it was really lovely. We got to tell, did you read that article? And did you hear this? And did you hear that? A couple of people hadn't seen the video of her running up to Travis after the concert. Cute. And then I got to watch the 4 bonus songs that were on there, including, I believe, Wildest Dreams.
I have no idea. I'm going to be honest. Haven't watched it yet.
It did feel a little weird paying $20 to watch something twice, but $10 a watch. A lot of people got a lot of joy out of it. I guess it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. So that's it for our fantasy recap. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Good luck to you. I'll be cheering you on.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, now we can go to the fun segment.
Okay, my bad. Fun segment. All right, so we are, as I hinted at earlier, going to do a Christmas movie draft.
Yes, we each get 5.
We each get 5, so it's just the 2 of us. So we decided we're going to do a coin flip, and Kaley has a coin flip app on her phone. So tell me.
You're going to call it.
Okay.
Because I'm flipping.
Say ready, go.
Okay, ready, go.
Heads.
Okay. It's heads.
Yay!
So you get first pick.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep notes on our phone so we know what we picked.
I don't want you to get mad at me.
Why would I get, are you going to go?
No, I'm not going to, no.
Why would I get mad at you?
I think I know what you want number 1. It's not what I want number 1, but I'm hoping that I'm wrong.
Okay, what do you want?
Okay.
Robin, you won. You get to pick. I won't get mad at you.
I'm between 2 for this. My number 1 is going to be The Grinch with Jim Carrey. So I have all 3 Grinches on this list of ones. I just have a bunch to choose from.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, and the new animated one is cool.
Never
it's
seen
good.
it.
It's really cute. And then of course there's the classic, but Jim Carrey.
No, Jim Carrey. I just watched it last night.
I impersonate that all the time.
Jury duty, pink slips.
I always do.
Notice. I literally watched it last night.
I always do. Am I just eating because I'm bored?
I literally watched it last night. It's a great.
You're an idiot. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. It's so good. I love all the memes that have been going around this year about it.
It's just.
It's like I get it. I get it.
Oh, it's just a classic.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So good. Okay, that's my number one. What about you?
That's a great first pick.
Thank you.
Mine's going to be Four Christmases.
Okay, I had a feeling.
Because
I didn't even put that on my list because I knew.
When I say obsessed with this movie, my family loves it too. Vince Vaughn on stage playing Jesus.
So good.
Like getting the crowd going and leaving Reese Witherspoon over there with the real life baby Jesus. It's like a hoss of a baby.
It's so good. I feel like people don't talk about it that much.
No, people don't talk about it. And I love it. And then the Taboo scene, because I love Taboo. It's my favorite game.
So good.
And they play it with the family. Oh my God.
Tim McGraw's in it. I want to rewatch that like tonight.
Robert Duvall's in it.
So good.
A
classic.
I love that movie.
Okay,
so
great.
That's my number one. Okay. What you got?
It's like I know what I'm supposed to say.
You don't need to do what you're supposed to say. Say what you really...
Like if I had to watch a Christmas movie right now and I could not choose to watch The Grinch.
Let's go with it. Yeah, or Four Christmases. So.
Choose to watch... God, it's so hard. I think I would choose to watch The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
I love the Santa Claus. So number one?
Yes. Number two.
I meant Santa Claus number one.
Oh, yes. The first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great pick. Yeah, I love that.
I mean, there's other movies out there that I know y'all are all thinking, why didn't she pick that one? But if I just had to pick one to watch right now, or like to watch with my kids, or, oh no, that one's going away from Netflix, I would be really sad if the Santa Claus went away. And the other one I've seen so many times, like I could just replay it in my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
my justification.
Okay. You don't have to justify, Rob. This is your draft.
Okay.
I'm going to say A Christmas Story.
Oh, good one.
And the reason for that being, that is a movie that our family watches. So you ask about traditions. We watch A Christmas Story every year on Christmas. Like without fail, we're watching A Christmas Story.
You're going to shoot your eye out.
And the freaking lamp. I had the leg lamp.
Did you have any friends who had the leg lamp?
No.
I feel like somebody, like it was always somebody's dad's man cave that had the leg lamp.
Totally.
Yeah.
So that's my number two.
That's a good Halloween costume, is the bunny rabbit.
Oh.
That'd be good.
It actually is. Okay.
Okay.
You go, my dear.
All right. Number three, I'm going to go Home Alone.
Ooh, the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good choice.
Yeah. I don't really have to explain that one.
No, you don't.
Just classic. Did you see that this meme that was like, if you're this age, which I think it was older than what I am now.
Okay.
You're older than Marv was.
Oh, how weird. How weird.
I think he was like 35 or 36.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I just watched that the other day, or watched a part of it. It was on. I just put it on. Yeah. Kevin McAllister is the cutest little kid.
Cute.
Macaulay Culkin is so precious. Like, I'm just like.
I used to do the perfect like.
He's so cute.
And then so many memes this year about that one too, of like, I know that was a movie because nobody with that many kids in their house would sleep past 8 a.m. So good.
Such a good movie. That's a great choice.
Thank you.
Okay. This is where I'm going to struggle a little bit. Okay. This might be out of left field a little bit.
Okay.
Jack Frost.
Okay.
I love Jack Frost. I cry at it every single time I watch it, but I remember,
I think I've only seen that once or twice, but it stuck with me. Like I added it to my bigger list that didn't make it to my notebook, but if we were going to need to like look at a list, I was going to have it on there. Nobody talks about that movie.
No one talks about it. I absolutely love it.
Who's in it?
I can't remember the main guy's name.
He's like,
hold on, I'm going to look.
That guy.
I got to look it up.
Yeah.
No, I can picture him.
Yeah.
Can't give you a name right now.
I would say at the time he was pretty A-list.
Yeah, he was in a lot of stuff. His name is, I absolutely love Michael Keaton.
Duh.
That was
Kaley. That was on the tip of my brain. I didn't want to say it and be wrong.
Literally. And Kelly Preston. Yeah, she's the mom.
Good. So he turns into a snowman.
Because he dies.
Oh, yeah.
And then he like comes back as a snowman. And then he gets to hang out with his son as a snowman.
God, who writes this shit?
I don't know. I like I said, I tear up every time I watch it, but I absolutely love it.
That'd be a good one to watch too.
Yep. Okay.
That's the thing. We watch the same movies over and over and over in this household. I need to branch out.
You need to make the kiddos branch out. All right. What you want for number 4?
Oh, I have 2 more. Can I say Harry Potter?
What?
Because of all the Christmas scenes.
I didn't say it's a Christmas movie, though.
It was on a lot of lists. Like the first one, or I think it was the first one where they go to Hogsmeade.
If that's what you want.
Okay, no. Okay, I'm going to go The Christmas Chronicles. With
Have I seen this?
Goldie Hawn and Kirk Douglas. Kurt Douglas?
No, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Who she's married to.
Kirk Douglas.
She's married to him.
And Kurt Russell. Yeah, they're married.
Yeah.
So we don't know in the first one, spoiler alert, that she's Mrs. Claus until the very end of the first one.
Yeah.
So I lumped them together.
I'll let you lump them.
Yes. Okay. I love
because they're not going to go on my list because I barely remember them.
They're so good because then at the end of the first one, you learn that she's Mrs. Claus. And then the second one really centers around how she runs this shit. Like they get to go to the North Pole. Like, well, they go to the end of, spoiler, they go to the end of the North Pole, or they show the end of the North Pole, and that's when they show her. But then the kids all go, like there's a whole thing. The whole thing takes place at the North Pole for the most part in the second one. So they're both really good. We watched the first one a whole lot more. I think the second one came out maybe a year before last.
I don't think I've seen the second one, but I remember the first one.
It's really cute.
I remember the first one.
It's really cute. I like the plot of the first one better, even though we get more of Goldie Hawn in the second one. So that is my fourth pick.
That's a good pick.
Thank you.
Okay, my fourth pick, this one's going to come way out of left field for most folks, I believe, but also something that my sister makes us watch every year. And I say makes us because I don't mind, but I think mom and dad are sometimes like, really?
What?
It's the claymation ones.
Oh, yeah.
A Year Without a Santa Claus. Oh. I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. And then it goes over to the heat. There's like the heat and the snow side. Yeah, so that's going to be mine is A Year Without a Santa Claus, the claymation.
Oh, my gosh.
We watch it every year, too.
Memories unlocked.
I'm Mr. White Christmas.
Is he a snowman that's singing that?
It's like the snow miser. It's the snow miser that's singing it. And then the heat miser is the other guy.
Oh my God.
I'm Mr. Sun.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to play that, just that clip after this. That's a great pick.
Yeah. Year Without a Santa Claus.
Year Without a Santa Claus. What were the other ones? They had
Rudolph.
Rudolph was, I feel like, the one I watched the most.
They had the Kris Kringle one. Where the little ginger Kris Kringle is like pre-Santa Claus before he becomes Santa Claus. And he's like the little ginger claymation Kris Kringle.
Oh, those were so cute.
Oh, yeah, no, we watch them. So
I bet my kids would be like, what the hell?
Every year, we watch at least one of them every single year. But the one that's like stuck in my brain that I think I like the most is the Year Without a Santa Claus. Okay. Yeah, your kids would be like, what are these graphics?
Like, please no.
But they're so cute.
I love it.
Okay, what you got for your last pick? Trust me, I don't think I'm taking any of yours because I'm going way left field. But.
I know. This is arguably not a Christmas movie, so I'm not going to pick it, but Die Hard.
Okay, I haven't seen it, so I can't.
You've never seen Die Hard?
No, it's on the list of things.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...
I know, Robin. I know. It's a crime.
I'm gobsmacked.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I won't pick it because it arguably isn't one.
People say it is, but yeah. People go back and forth.
Okay, I'm going to do the one that I've been talking about because I feel like gots to. Elf.
Okay. No problem. I don't really like Elf. So.
Okay.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's definitely a Christmas movie.
I'll give it to you that it's Christmas.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think it's a little too dumb goofy for me personally.
Okay.
It's not my favorite.
Fair enough.
So that didn't hurt at all. Let me go back to what I was saying in the Taylor Swift rap. That didn't hurt me at all.
Nice.
Okay. My last pick is going to be, I'm between two. Let me tell you the two I'm between.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. I was just, there was one that I was in between.
Can we go to 6?
But I didn't pick it because I thought you'd want it.
Can we go to 6?
Yeah.
Okay. So my fifth one is going to be The Holiday.
That was going to be the one I was in between. So we can stop at 5.
Okay. Well, then let me tell you the other one that I was on the fence about. Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes. So good.
I haven't seen it in probably a few years now, but it was one that we watched growing up.
Yeah.
Where he's got to get the toy for his son.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so good.
So those were the two I was between, was The Holiday or Jingle All the Way.
That's good. Mm-hmm. That was on my list too. Not this list, but the bigger list. I was like, I forgot about that movie too. Mm-hmm. That one and Jack Frost kind of like live in the same space for me.
Yeah.
I had The Holiday on here. I had Spirited on here.
I don't know what that is.
So it just came out maybe last year or the year before with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell.
Oh, I feel like I remember seeing previews.
It's really cute. It's just
I never stray from the OG stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I never watched new stuff.
I think we watched it like 2 or 3 times and then quickly forgot about it. But the reason that I always, and then I'll get it stuck in my head. So sorry for people it's stuck in my head. You know the video that they made together with the song, I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky. I think they made that when they were filming that movie.
Oh.
So I just saw somebody reposted and they're like, always a classic. I could be purple, I could be hurtful, I could be anything you like. Oh, it's so good. So I had that one on there. Okay. I had The Holiday. I had All I Want for Christmas, even though I knew I wasn't going to draft it. And then the other one that made the cut was Home Alone 2.
I had Home Alone 2.
So I was between for my last one, Home Alone 2, The Holiday, and Elf. But I was like, I gotta go Elf.
But I like Home Alone 1 more, so I didn't want to draft Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
That's why I left it alone.
Yeah.
What about Love Actually?
That's not on my list because that's a garbage movie. I used to love it. I would watch it all the time. But I've been seeing people post about it, and the more I watch it in my adulthood,
I haven't watched it in a
really
long
time. Disappointing. Like Snape cheats on his wife, R.I.P. Snape cheats on his wife, and she pulls out she sees the necklace, she thinks it's for her, and then he gives her a Joni Mitchell album, which she probably already has that Joni Mitchell album. If he's giving her a Joni Mitchell album, and then it plays the Joni Mitchell song River, which I love Joni Mitchell, so that one always just like stabs me in the heart. And then that other chick can't sleep with the super hot guy because of her brother.
Yeah.
And that part was always sad.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the one guy with the signs professes his love to his best friend's new wife. And she was only 17 in that movie.
Keira Knightley was 17?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And then it also said that the little boy who played Liam Neeson's son, the drummer boy, that she was only 5 years older than him.
How bizarro. Yeah.
And then other memes are like, are we supposed to just believe that the main love story of this is either the little kid and the little girl who are going to make it in a long distance relationship, or the guy and the woman who was like helping him and he was paying her and they barely even speak each other's language? But that is one thing I always quote is instead of saying just in case, I always say just in cases.
You do say that.
Because that's when they both learned. He was like, oh, you learned English? And she goes, just in cases. That part is sweet. So yeah, that wraps it up.
Okay, I feel good about my draft.
Me too. If y'all disagree, drop it in the comments.
Please do. All right, so now to the Rex.
Now to the Rex.
All right, Robin, my rec, back on the drinking train, is mulled wine.
Yum.
And not mold. Mold.
No, mulled. M-U-L-L-E-D.
Yes. So my mom makes it every year for Christmas. And I just absolutely love it. So what it is a bottle of red wine or a couple bottles of red wine. And then it has all these spices in it and you make it hot. Like my mom makes it in a big crock pot.
Yeah.
We have like a little ladle, make us little glasses. But it's got like cinnamon and sugar. And sometimes you can put like oranges or cranberries in there for some fruit flavors.
A little nutmeg,
like,
a little clove.
Yeah, a little clove, a little star anise, you know, all the goodies. A lot of little like fairs and stuff or little booths will have like them clumped together where you just drop like a ball of spices in it. That's what my mom usually has. She like gets it from the same places.
It's so good.
It's so good.
I used to make it for a few years and I just love the smell of it simmering on the stove. We would just do it in a pot on the stove.
It's the best.
I was telling somebody about that. Maybe we were together and they were like, oh, you drink hot wine?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, no, but it's what they used to drink, like the song, here we come, a-wassailing among the leaves so green. Like that was terrible. Sorry about my pitchiness. I swear I was a choir nerd and I would literally go caroling.
They've heard you sing on this.
And the costumes.
They know you can sing.
But that was the thing. The carolers would go from house to house and people would serve them wassail. And that's what it was. It was mulled wine.
It's delicious.
Not moldy wine, mulled wine.
It's like soothing. It's almost like it kind of reminds me of like a hot apple cider vibe.
Yeah, it's like a hot toddy because it's got the alcohol.
It's so good.
And so it just, brown sugar in there, like you said. I like to do like the giant cinnamon sticks. It's bad when it starts to get to the bottom though, because it's kind of gritty.
When it gets like gritty and cold, I'm
it's not good.
Okay, time to throw this thing back and get a new, you know what I mean?
I like to add a little honey to mine just to make it even more hot toddiness. Yes.
I love mulled wine. So that's my rec if y'all have never had it.
I'm going to double down on yours because I don't have one. And for those out there thinking that sounds gross, no, it's not. I'm doubling down. That's also my rec.
I was going to say, see if you can find the little spice balls, your little, neighborhood, homey places.
What? Amazon. I'm just kidding.
Or Amazon. Yeah. I guess I was thinking like
support local businesses.
Your little like homey places in your
shops.
Hometown and stuff, your little town. Probably have the little spice balls, so you can get them there, or you can just use your own spices separately. But
I might make some this year.
I can't wait to be home.
It needs to be cold enough for us to make it, though.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, it ain't looking good. Let me tell you, it's gonna be like 70 degrees, so that's good. I'm supposed to go to a ugly Christmas sweater bar crawl.
Oh dear!
And it's gonna be 70 degrees, and I'm like, I can't be walking around
in a sweater.
And in my hometown, like Jackson, it's humid as all get out.
Yeah.
Okay? Like the humidity is outrageous.
You can wear this shirt. This is nice and light.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have like another little long sleeve green graphic tee that has a little snowman throwing back a wine glass on it. I'll probably wear that.
With that little bell headband.
with your little bell headband that you're giving me. That's probably what I'm going to wear.
Fun.
Because the sweater ain't happening because I'll be miserable.
Yeah, no. That's no bueno.
Yeah, no bueno.
But anyway, it's almost Christmas, so happy Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, happy Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, too.
Oh, announcement, though.
Oh, yeah.
We will not have an episode come out next week.
That's right. No episode next week unless we get a little crazy and want to do it over the computer, but probably not.
Oh, God.
Because Kaley will be home. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year.
We'll be back the first of the year, and we can't wait to talk to y'all then.
Yep. So please comment down below, like, subscribe, all the things. That can be your gift to us for Christmas.
Robin is dying for a comment.
You do not have to get us a present if you subscribe and leave a comment.
That'd be great.
Or a review.
That'd be great.
Deal. Okay. I'm so glad we had this conversation.
All right, guys.
All right.
See y'all in a couple weeks.
Bye.
Bye.